Okay, we are starting. Hello, and welcome to another fun filled edition of the Computer Bar. And we're getting a late start this week, but there's no set time, and there's no guarantee this will run every Saturday. But we connect and we see what interest is out there in the world of vintage computing on a Saturday night. As you can see, we barely have room for drinks on the bar this week. But we are just starting to stream, so let me bring up the chat rooms and everything and just verify everything is working good. If I was a professional streamer, this would be where you'd see like a still slide of starting soon. But I'm not a professional, so you kind of get to see like behind the scenes of what people are actually doing when that slide is up saying starting soon. They're generating time to build an audience, and they're making sure everything's working right. And so I'm going to go ahead and bring up the Twitch stream just to make sure I can hear myself and all that, and that's all coming out good. And also to make sure that we got the chat room up so that we can talk to people who chat. And we got a lot of exciting vintage stuff going on, or a little bit at least, because we're going to have a little more fun with this machine and give a weekly update on what has happened with this machine. So now I do see that I am coming through, and the sound is coming through, and that is good. And so the chat is up. And my camera is almost level, and you can almost see my face. So that is happening. Yes, hooking up a monitor rather than just looking at a capture on my monitor on my laptop this week is making for some blockage for the camera view. But we can work around that because really the capture is what's important. You all don't need to see this. You all want to see this. I mean, this is the technology, the older technology anyways. So let's also make sure that our YouTube is up and running. And we got that chat up too. Because we had a nice person stop by last week talking about MFM drives. And we'll update about that. Because we still don't have a working internal period correct internal storage yet. But we do have internal storage, as I think is visible. Actually, yeah, it is barely visible, almost blocked by the bar stool. But yes, we have a compact flash card for internal storage on this machine for the time being. And I don't want this machine to permanently or long term have a compact flash card for internal storage. But having an ISA card that does compact storage is a very useful tool for me to have just in general. So I bought one, and I'm using it on this machine right now. And I was mistaken last week when I said I needed an ISA controller for that, because no, a IDE controller for that, because no, that's all built into the card. So I have an IDE controller that I don't need, that I don't think works with this machine anyways. But anyways, just to update people. So last week we played with this machine. We had it working on floppy disks only, and we were able to boot to DOS through floppies and then run some apps. And we ran a little bit of Leisure Suit Larry 1, which this is the same model computer I had as my family computer growing up, and I played a lot of the original Leisure Suit Larry in the Land of the Lounge Lizards on this machine with glorious CGA graphics without the use of a composite output, using the amber setting on our monitor to make the bright blue background look black and make it a little more tolerable on the eyes. And we also played some Wheel of Fortune. And we had Ted and Lulu, good friends of mine, in the chat room helping out with some of the letters on there. I don't know if I'm on speaking terms with Lulu, but I will find out by Monday. Anyways, so yeah, that is what happened So what has happened with this machine since the past week? Well, I've gotten a joystick card that I've added to one of the slots, so now I have joystick capabilities on this machine. I also happen to have kicking around. I picked up a Compact Portable 3, which is a 286 processor machine, which I've also fixed up a little bit and have working. And that had an add-on caddy that came with two ISA add-on slots. And in those two ISA slots were a network card that I have no use for and don't even know how the heck to use it, and this EGA video card. And I found documentation for a very similar EGA video card, and I found that I can get this EGA card to work with this monitor. This monitor here is the monitor that came with this machine. I don't know much about this monitor except that it's a Casper monitor. It's not the same monitor that my family had with our family computer growing up when we had this model. That was a Systine, I forget, something like that. I'd have to look it up, but I do know the model of it. I found someone in New Jersey that had the same monitor that were selling it on eBay for 20 bucks because it was broken and won't turn on. And that monitor is somewhere between Somerville, New Jersey, and here. And I don't know if I can make a broken monitor turn on. But for 20 bucks, I'm going to try, although I had to pay the shipping, which was more than 20 bucks. So right now I have the CGA card back in here because I do want to share a game with you all that I played on the BC88 we had as a family computer. And that game has CGA graphics, and for some reason that game does not play nicely with the EGA card. And we're gonna talk about the EGA card a little later. But for now, we're gonna bring up our video capture. And now my video capture device, the easiest way I can capture this machine is using a composite capture. That's just the easiest thing I can capture. I don't have a fancy capture device to capture a CGA or EGA output. I don't have a CGA EGA to VGA converter. So taking the composite output of these video cards is the best way I have to be able to capture it. And of course, now that I'm streaming, the vertical hold's going to give me trouble. This monitor's got a vertical hold that gives me trouble every now and then. So anyways, we're going to, I want to get that on the top. Okay, I think I got my vertical hold. This thing's got a vertical hold that if you turn it one way, it scrolls up. You turn it the other way, it scrolls down. And if you find that middle spot where it holds still, it might hold it still at the right spot, or it might hold it still at the wrong spot. So then you gotta, not only do you have to find that one little spot where it holds it, but you gotta find that spot at just the right time. But the composite output that I'm capturing doesn't really show you the good fight I'm fighting. But right now, knock on the bar, I think we got it good. So as you can see, we got a DOS prompt. And as you can see, we got a few little things that have been added to my AutoExec batch file. One thing is that I did get, oh dear, my vertical hold needs to come down a little bit. We got the C84 command to work. And last week, I was having problems getting that to work. And that was because my copy to a floppy drive was bad. Damn you, you stupid vertical hold. Okay. So now, I added into the AutoExec bat file, CP84 space H. And it goes swapped, running now with 8 megahertz. So now we have this processor running at its fast speed. And if we wanted to, we could set it to run at the low speed. I don't have a turbo button, but we do have this command. So if I just type in CP84, it shows me what it's doing. Sorry, my vertical hold is absolutely betraying me right now. And if we run CP84 space L, it runs it in the low speed, 4.77 megahertz. And if we do CP84 space H, 8 megahertz. So there we go. Oh my God, fucking hate this monitor. I had this problem last weekend. At some point during the week, I had the vertical hold stabilized. Once I get it like dialed in the right space and that right thing, I didn't have to touch it for days. And then today, it just started scrolling again. CGA, EGA monitors, pain in the ass. They're hard to find, and then they're very finicky. And not to mention, you got about a 50-50 chance of it showing up still working if it was working when it left its destination. So I suppose because I got another CGA monitor in the basement that I paid like $200 for, including shipping, that showed up here all blurry and flickery. I did get a refund for that, and the guy was basically like, yeah, you keep that and here's your money back. Maybe I shouldn't say that because someone could easily scam someone knowing that, but don't do that. Don't do that, people. Be honest. Don't tell someone something's broken unless it's actually broken. All right, so that's kind of what's going on with my display. That's what's going on. I got the compact flash working. I've installed DOS 3.3 on here, I think. Yes, DOS version 3.3 is installed on here. And that's been working fine for this machine. That's a good DOS for this era of machine. Now, I believe, I know our family computer came with 2.11, but it was a ComputerLand version. I've still not tracked that down. So I still don't have the lights working on the front of this. I still don't have the clock working. And I also can't get the serial port to work because I tried to connect a Microsoft mouse to see if I can get some mouse action going. And I know on my Compact Portable 3, when I hooked the mouse up to the serial port, it didn't work in DOS. But when I installed Windows 3.0 on that machine, it detected the mouse and it worked perfectly fine with it. On this machine, however, I installed Windows 3.0. This is about the absolute minimum requirements that Windows 3.0 will work with. We got an 8088 processor with 640K of RAM and CGA graphics. It doesn't get much lower than that as far as what will run Windows 3.0. Yeah, that's kind of your absolute minimum requirements there. And this window opened up split. So now I gotta adjust my monitor again. All right. As you can see, the way Windows 3.0 deals with CGA graphics is black and white, grayscale. I did try to install Windows 3.0 on this machine with the EGA card I have installed in there, and it wigged out. It did not like the way the CGA card was configured. There's two different resolutions that I could set the CGA card for. When I set it to the higher resolution, it made this monitor wig out. So this monitor will not support that version of EGA. As far as what I'm guessing, I don't know a whole lot about EGA graphics. I never had an EGA card growing up. I know that what I've read online is that EGA and CGA use the same monitor, kinda, and I'm paraphrasing that. Like, what I read online led me to believe that it's not a guarantee that a CGA monitor will work with an EGA card. But generally speaking, they're kind of the same thing. So this monitor will work with this set to the lower resolution of EGA. But I've found that some programs I run kind of wig out the monitor when I run them on this EGA card, even configured to that compatible resolution for here. Windows 3.0 being one of them. So I ran the install again with the CGA card in. It detected I had CGA graphics and installed perfectly fine in CGA mode. But I couldn't get a mouse to detect on the serial port. So I'm thinking that there's probably software on those ComputerLand disks that tell this computer how to communicate with that serial port that's on the back there. So I'm kind of stuck because what use is Windows without a mouse? Not much. So much not useful that I am just going to Control-Alt-Delete out of there because I don't even know how to make it exit out of there. And also, yeah. So that was today's experiment, installing Windows 3.0 on a machine that meets barely the minimum requirements. I mean, the minimum requirements are you don't need a mouse technically in Windows 3.0. So this literally is the minimum system requirements for Windows 3.0. And that's kind of fun to know that our family computer could have done it, but what could we do with that? Not much. Not much. So what else can we do with this? Well, now I got a joystick. We can play a fun game that came on one day when we had the family computer, and this was early on having the family computer because it was still set up downstairs in the family room, or then TV room, whatever, in the area in that picture I showed last week. My grandfather brought this disc of computer games that he picked up somewhere, and it had the PC version of Zaxxon on it. It had this like dungeon crawler type game, what's that called? RPG dungeon crawler type of game on it that I thought was kind of boring, but I played it some. And it also had this helicopter game called Striker. And I remember the name of it, and so I was able to find it to download off the internet. Let me just make sure my capture is still working here. So there we go. I found that it is quite helpful to... damn, why is the vertical... Why now? Why now does the vertical got to give me all this trouble? For days this was working fine. I connect to stream, and the vertical decides we're going to... but it's a good idea to adjust your joystick before using it in a game. So I'm going to hit O, and one of the things on this other screen is joystick adjustment. And we're in joystick A. We have two buttons, and now it wants us to kind of slowly rotate so it can kind of detect all the directions that this joystick has and get the maximum up and down. And there we go. And so this game is, fly a helicopter, joystick button 1 shoots the front guns, joystick button 2 drops bombs, and level 1, pretty boring stuff. We're just dropping bombs on guns and rockets there. And when you hit a fuel globe, that adds fuel to your helicopter fuel level. Because apparently that's how it works. When you're flying a helicopter, if you need to fuel up, just bomb a gas station and you're all fine. And when you get to the end of the level, you have to do something with the helicopter to complete your task. In this case, we got to land on this pad and pick up the spies. And you got to do that before your fuel runs out, because your fuel starts going down as you're maneuvering the helicopter at the end of the level. Level 2, basically the same thing, but we got bats flying around now. And we're dropping the spies off is what we're doing. And the bats will shoot bullets too, so that's fun. And the bats will sometimes get in front of the helicopter. That's why I'm using the gun, like you see there. Sometimes you got to do a little maneuvering. And this is one of these games that if you try to play it in DOSBox, works way too fast, and you got to start adjusting your DOSBox clock level to get this to work right. So it's that type of game. All right, there we go. 2 of them go there, and 1 of them goes there. And so now we got to pick up some cargo, because that's we pick up and drop off spies, and we pick up cargo. That's what we do, all in the day of a life of a helicopter pilot. Ooh, we earned another helicopter. There we go. Now, this was a level when I don't think I ever beat this level on our family computer. We never quite figured out what to do at the end of this level. And it wasn't until I picked this up later with the help of the internet. Oof. That's difficult when you get a object that moves in front of you on a high terrain, because you don't have much room to anticipate that. Anyways, once I got to the internet, you had the internet to tell, because you only had a limited amount of time to try things and figure out the thing, and you had to, play through 2 levels and get to the end of the 3rd level, which, as you can see, is a challenge for me, especially if I play while talking. We never figured out how to beat this level on the family computer, but with the internet, I basically figured out you had to gently land on the cargo, and it will suck it up into the helicopter. Oh, thank God. Ah! So this might be a real quick game. We might not even get to pick up that cargo. Oh, we got an extra helicopter there. I've playing this with DOSBox more recently. I have gotten as far as beating the 4th board. The 4th board is a rescue mission where you get to a building at the end that, oh, I thought I could get that. You get to a building that's burning from the bottom up, and you got to land on top of it and get people out from the roof, from the burning building. That's level 4. I forget what level 5 is, because it tells you what your mission is at the beginning, but I don't think I ever got to the end of level 5. If I have on DOSBox, I'm not remembering. Those little things that, can a bomb get it? Or, because sometimes if you stall, then that puts you in peril. Because stalling, you lean back, your gun goes higher. And then that could, so sometimes you're better off not stalling and getting it with the bomb. Well, at least I earned it out of the helicopter there. Oh, that bat. Good. All right, train's going down. Oh, here we go. We got our cargo. So we got to and we got a limited amount of fuel to get this. All right, there's cargo 1, there's cargo 2, there's cargo 3, cargo beep beep. All right, level 4, rescue stranded people. Now we get all those happy things flying around, plus hovering diamonds. I don't. In what universe are there hovering diamonds in the sky that helicopters have to avoid? I don't know what those are supposed to be. I mean, bats I can kind of understand, because bats, those things will bring a helicopter right down. And of course, guns and rockets we know will bring a helicopter down. The other floating things, those, I don't know what those are. And I'm not even sure what hit me. But, okay, maybe they're aliens. I'm not saying they're aliens, but they're aliens. But the floating diamond things, I don't know what they're supposed to be. Alien relics that hover for no reason? I don't know. They're just annoying is what they are. But maybe we can get to this burning building. Oh, here we go. Burning building. And we just got one pad we need to get on. Fast. Joystick. Yay! Okay. All right. Destroy something. Oh, and I don't know what those things are. They're the flying saucers from the aliens. And they shoot. This level's hard. So yeah, I'm going to check the chat after we get a game over here, which is going to happen real soon. And if anyone has any questions or comments about this game, about this computer, about anything, yeah, like I said, I am not good at this level. This level is hard. I guess I could have set the processor to its slower speed, and that would have helped me a little bit. Oh! And that's a game over. So, as you can see, I'm the only one that's playing this game on this computer. All right. No one in the chat. No one on Twitch. No one on YouTube. But, yeah. So that's, I've been able to do that easily. By adding the compact flash card into there to get some storage in there. I don't think this game has a quit to DOS option. So I think I've had to pretty much just Control-Alt-Delete it. And there we go. Sorry, my monitor has betrayed me again. Okay, that, if it just doesn't move, it'll be fine. So, yeah, as you can see, I've put Leisure Suit Larry 1, 2, and 3 on here. I think Leisure Suit Larry 2 does have a CGA version, but I have a CD-ROM collection, and that one has a version that doesn't come with a CGA driver on it. Sorry, this monitor is the work of Satan. I don't understand why sometimes it comes right up and works fine for days, and then like right now, okay, oh, but no, now you're gonna do that. I feel like I should be able to get it to stay still, turn it off, turn it on, and have it come right centered, because if it's set to the right place, it should know how to center. This is the joy of vintage computers. I don't know a whole lot about working on monitors, except how to connect them and turn them on. Anyways, yeah, so I think Leisure Suit Larry 2 had CGA options, but my CD-ROM collection doesn't include a CGA driver, which makes sense because when you're buying a collection on a CD-ROM, you're not going to be installing that on a CGA computer. What nut would do that? Well, this one right here. Uh, so, and I've been trying to, and I have a version I downloaded a while ago that includes files that say they're CGA drivers, but you have to go through the install process to set it to the right settings. And the install process doesn't want to work right because it's some kind of a cracked version, and so it's basically set on its default settings, which is the EGA. So I've not ever successfully seen Leisure Suit Larry run in Leisure Suit Larry 2 run in a CGA mode. I have no idea what that game looks like in a CGA mode. I'd be really curious to play it that way just to see how that would run. Because, when we had this as a family computer, we only had the first Leisure Suit Larry. And I knew there was a second one. I wanted to play the second one. Certainly, my dad wasn't going to buy us a second one. And he wasn't even interested in getting the second game for himself. And so that just didn't happen. It wasn't until I got to college that I started, looking for things on. Well, actually, no. It was before. It was in high school. In high school, when I had my Windows 95 machine, I bought the Leisure Suit Larry CD collection, which came with this nice little scrapbook. And I had that, and I lost that at some point in a bunch of moves. So I had to rebuy it on eBay. And that's when I finally got to play the second game and the third game and the fifth game, which was the fourth one, because there was no Leisure Suit Larry 4, as we all know. But we can't play Leisure Suit Larry 2 on this machine until we do a video upgrade, because, like I said, I don't have a version with a CGA driver that's working. So, we're going to turn off the machine, and we're going to take the cover off, because I left the screws out, because I knew I was going to have to do this. So as far as the hard drive issue goes, as we mentioned last week, I've not been able to get an MFM drive to take a low-level format properly and then show up to take a partition. And after a whole lot of trial and error, I finally determined that I had a bad cable. I actually had to get out my multimeter and do continuity tests, and I found one of my contacts, no beep, no continuity. So that is why I kept running into problems there. And so I already had a set of cables on order, but the option I found on eBay for MFM hard drive cables was an outfit in the UK. So they're probably on a slow boat from the UK right about now. And I have no idea when they're going to show up. So once I determined I need cables, and I got cables that could be showing up in July of 2023, I realized I need to find a better source of these cables. Oh, man, what did I unplug? I think I unplugged the joystick. Oh, well, I don't need that. So there's our CGA video card, and there's our EGA video card upgrade. So this is a theoretical, hypothetical upgrade that we could have done on our family computer back then, but we didn't. But we could have. Like I said, I eventually want this computer to just kind of sit as stock as our family computer originally was, because this is a nostalgia machine. But I am having fun playing with the hypothetical upgrades we could have done in an alternate timeline, in an alternate universe, in a different time, in a different place. And just like that, we have upgraded our video to EGA. I'm just going to walk around the front of the machine and connect my cables. Now, this is going to be another experiment tonight because I have not tested the composite connections on this video card. So I don't even know if our capture tonight is going to work on this video card, which might make this stream really short, which is okay because no one's really tuning in. But let's check the chat. No one on the chat. No one on Twitch. No one on YouTube. Okay. So anyways, now we got our EGA upgrade. And now this computer will technically run Leisure Suit Larry 2 and 3. As fast as an 8088 will run them. So let's go ahead and power things up. And let's see if anything comes up in our composite capture. Okay, we got a blue screen for our composite capture is what we got. But we have 2 composite connections on this card. So I don't know if, I know on the CGA card, one outputs to grayscale, the other color. This card might just do nothing on both. Okay, so we got ourselves an EGA card that has two RCA connections that output nothing. This is terrific. Yeah. So we can't play any Leisure Suit Larry 2 on this and capture it. Oh well. Isn't that just peachy keen? I know someone makes a CGA to VGA box that's pretty cool and get some good reviews. And that's the type of thing that I could use to capture. Maybe, I think. I don't know. I think it'll do EGA as well. I'm really bummed about that's the problem with finding loose hardware in other machines without any like boxes or documentation. And I've found limited documentation about this card online. In fact, the jumper set, the switch settings on it, I found switch settings for a similar card that work on this card. So I know nothing about these 2 RCA connections on the back of this card. I just thought, like the CGA card, they would work. But they're not. That's a real bummer. Because I wanted to show you all Leisure Suit Larry 2 running on this. Oh, well. Well, we'll see if anyone's in the chat room, anyone's watching. Because if anyone's watching, then we'll find something else to do with our CGA card. But no, we got no views tonight. No one out there in Twitch land seems to want to check out our channel, check out what's going on at the computer bar, which is a real bummer. Because, you know, we like interaction. We like people chatting in. We like to hear questions or requests or anything. But tell you what we're gonna do. We're gonna put this to a pause. Well, you know what we're gonna do? Since we know that the only way we can capture anything is with the CGA card, we're gonna turn this off. And we're going to put the CGA card back in. So we're going to do ourselves an old school downgrade is what we're going to do. Take the cover off and let's see, that's the card we want to take out. So we'll take that screw out. Take out our upgraded EGA card with 2 non-functional composite connections. Let's see if there's any labeling on these that would give me a hint what these do. No labels on that side. And no, we'll J1 and J2, which would probably correspond to documentation on instructions for this card, which I don't have. So a little more online research and maybe I can figure out how to get those to work. I probably have to set some switches to like a secondary output to work or something like that. I don't know. I know there were things that corresponded to secondary settings, and I just dropped a screw. But I thought those were secondary settings for if you were going to use the card as a secondary video card, because I found this card set to secondary type settings, and I found this in a Compact Portable 3, which means that it was working with a built-in screen. So I thought, oh, they had a 2-screen setup going, but maybe that means they... I don't know, though. I don't think you can have it set to both primary and secondary, so that's why I thought that meant it was being a secondary device. Yeah, I'm going to have to do a little more research on this card, figure out how those outputs work, if they can work, or if there's something different. And maybe another week we can do some Leisure Suit Larry 2 gaming on this. But for this week, we're restricted to CGA graphics. So I'm going to come back over here and connect my cables again, because I can feel around well enough to pull them out, but I have to see what I'm doing to put them in. Okay, and that goes there for our capture. And let's see, I think our joystick connection was on the top one. All right. Now let's see if our capture works again now. And it's giving me that error now ever since I installed Windows 3.0. That's going to do that. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a little break here. And we'll be back. And if anyone actually chimes in and says, "Yay, more DOS gaming," maybe we'll do a little gaming here. But I'm gonna go take a quick break, maybe grab a drink, and maybe we'll play more with this machine. So stay tuned. Why, hello, Ted. Ted has joined in. Hello, Ted. So glad to see you. I man, now I really wish I got the EGA card to work on this machine, because I was hoping to do some old school Leisure Suit Larry gaming on the stream tonight. Unfortunately, I can't get Leisure Suit Larry 2 to work in a way that I can capture tonight, at least on this machine. So I will tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to, spin up something else instead. You know what I'm going to do? Ted's here, so I'm going to pour a beer. Because we'll stick around long enough for a beer at least. After all, it is the computer bar. It wouldn't be a proper computer bar stream without some kind of a drink. So here we go. And I'm still drinking the Yingling because it's a good beer and it's cheap. And so yeah, I had a funny Leisure Suit Larry experience last night on this computer. So I have, as I mentioned earlier, this EGA card that I can't figure out how to capture the composite outputs. But I put it in, and Leisure Suit Larry 2 works with it on this machine, on an 8088, set to fast mode, which I can now do. And I play through the first part. It was kind of annoying. Screens were a little slow to load, and I kind of thought to myself, well, how would have younger me dealt with this game? Would I have been sitting here grumbling like, oh my God, this is so slow? I would have never played this on a fast machine back then. I remember back then never thinking much about the load time between screens. So I probably would have been perfectly happy and content playing Leisure Suit Larry 2 as slow as it was running on this machine if I was playing it on this machine back when it was our family machine. And so I'm like, this will be a good exercise in patience. So I continued playing Leisure Suit Larry 2 on this machine, and I get the lottery ticket, I lie to the receptionist, I go on the dating game show, and I win due to a misunderstanding, and I win the lottery thing, and I buy a bathing suit, I buy sunscreen, I buy a big, big, big soda cup that I somehow magically fit in my pocket. I get my passport out of the trash, and I get myself on a cruise. And, get the sewing kit, get the spinach dip, pull the lever, get a wig, do all these things that he's got. Get the fishing kit, get the fruit basket, and get myself on a lifeboat. Put on my wig, put on sunscreen. Oh, I got the bikini top in the swimming pool. You all know this stuff if you played this game. Put on sunscreen, put on the wig, toss the spinach dip out the lifeboat, and end up, on an island. And that's when I found out one of the most annoying things about playing Leisure Suit Larry 2 on an 8088. So when you get on the island, you don't just walk around and explore the island. You walk off screen and you get to this little cut scene where you're wandering around the jungle, lost as can be, and then get to the next screen. And that wandering around the jungle screen is slow as hell on an 8088. So that was basically like, okay, jungle scene, get the flowers, walk away, go grab another beer. Come back, he's still wandering around, but I think he's getting close. All right, we're at the restaurant. Then we got to go through the restaurant cut scene at 8088 speed. And you got to hit enter periodically as they seat like 5 other tables before they finally pull out a tray for you. All this just to get to the buffet and grab the knife. All right, got through that. Now we got to wander through the jungle again. By now, I've drunk through a beer waiting to be seated at this restaurant, so I go get another beer while Larry wanders around in the jungle. He's wandering here, he's wandering there. He's looking through the peacock. Some dude with a shark fin hairdo comes through. We've seen this all before, but we gotta sit through it a second fucking time on an 88 machine. And then we end up in the hotel room. Now I know better. I know to save often. Save often. So I save the game, fuck the maid, her brother kills me, I restore. I knew fucking the maid was going to get me killed. But you still have to do it. Because that's life, isn't it? That's just life. Sure, fucking the maid's going to get you killed, but you do it anyways. Then you restore and you don't fuck the maid a second time. You know, you get your matches, you get your free soap, you get on out of the room. He's wandering around the jungle again. I think at this point he starts saying, gee, you're getting faster at this. No. No, he's not. It's an 88 processor. He is not getting any faster at going through the jungle. I still had enough time to walk away, get a beer, fill my cup, come back, and he's still wandering around in the fucking jungle. And at that point, we ended up back on the beach, and that's where you find a bikini bottom, and you grab that. Go wander through the jungle again. Walk away. Time to pour another beer because you finished it when he was wandering through the jungle last time. How many beers did I go through playing this game? I think this story ends in a blackout. Let's check the chat. Lulu writes in, you really going to put that liquid on the computer? It's fine. I'm not spilling it. I'm not that drunk. It will probably make it work better. And Ted saying Arnold did his maid. Lulu wants me to play Wheel of Fortune. Oh, guess what? Now that I got a compact flash card in here, I have Wheel of Fortune 2 working on here because no drive reading error because I just copied the disk on the compact flash card. So, anyways, there we go. We are capturing. And while that's loading, so, like I said, I grabbed the bikini bottom. So now I have bikini bottom, bikini top. Oh, and also I stopped at a barber shop on the way back to the beach. And got my hair done long and blonde. Then I got the bikini bottom. Then I went to the restaurant again. Then I went back to the hotel room, wandering in the jungle, slowly, on an 88 processor, every fucking time. Go to the hotel room, change into the bikini bottom and top, and stuff my top with soap. Because apparently that's how you stuff a bikini top? I don't know. But you have to do this to get past the KGB agent that is looking for you on the beach. That we know is looking for us on the beach, but Larry doesn't know is looking for him on the beach. But still somehow he intuitively knows to disguise himself as a woman because we're telling him to. Anyways, and we wander back through the jungle, get to the barber shop again. This time, the barber gives us a full body wax. Because why not? Because the KGB agent likes to see their women without hair. So I got to the beach, long blonde hair, bikini top, stuffed with soap, bikini bottom, fully waxed, walk by the KGB agent undetected, get to the cliff, walk by the cliff, go to the airport terminal, cutting through the parking lot in a text description. I get there, and I'm standing in front of the airport. And I see two guards stationed outside the airport, and I think to myself, if I try to walk into that airport, those two security guards are probably going to kill me. So this would probably be a good time to save my game again. And I saved my game again. Did I mention I was still wearing the bikini? Did I mention that the game mentioned to me, we're never going back and going through that whole cliff thing again? And that's when I realized I fucked myself. Because the guards arrested me because they didn't like seeing some kind of a pervert in a bikini trying to go into an airport. And I couldn't change out of the bikini in front of the airport. And I couldn't backtrack over to the cliffs where they would have let me change out of the bikini. And I saved my game in front of the damn airport. And that is why I sent Al Lowe a nastygram via Twitter last night. Anyways, we're going to do a one-player game here of Wheel of Fortune, 2nd edition. And Ted goes, Wata de Fortune. Lulu goes, that you were gay? You liked pegging? No, this is the plot line of Leisure Suit Larry 2, Lulu. If you don't know what I was talking about, you had a deprived childhood. We'll have to send you some files and some DOS box and some walkthroughs. Anyways, we're going to start around with a place. This is a place. We got 3 words here, and we're going to spin the wheel of fortune. Oh, Fortuna. And I'm going to do what I normally do, which is pick an R. This is beer number 7, if you can't tell. And to make Lulu happy, I'm going to put it down next to the computer, which actually makes me a little happier, too. Because, yeah, I was getting a little nervous about that. Lulu writes in, I was in a twinkle in my mom's eye and an itch in my dad's pants when this was being played. And goes, yeah, drunk. Yeah. It's a good night to be drunk, isn't it? Now, I had a fun Zoom chat earlier, and that was fun. Well, I'm finding out about Zoom. I guess my siblings, someone must have a subscription, because tonight's Zoom chat involved a lot of rejoining the room every 40 minutes. Okay, something. Train spotting? No. Now, all right, so that 2-letter word doesn't have a T in it. Maybe it's of. Something of something. Oh, it's probably a C. All right. Son of Sam. Well, let's see if we got an N. Because I don't think it's son. I think it's a C of something. Oh, Sea of Tranquility is probably what it is. See, this is the Wheel of Fortune I played a lot growing up. I don't remember Sea of Tranquility being a puzzle, but there are those things that you remember that you don't know you're remembering. This might be one of them. Ooh, that was close. That was so close, I think it's time to solve this puzzle. Lulu wants an A. Well, you know what? I'll tell you what. Next puzzle, we will buy the A when I get the money. Because we do have an A and C of tranquility. Ted writing in, damn, he got it already. Maybe I should have stuck with the 1st edition, because I did not have that one growing up, so that would be like the 1st edition would be like my 2nd edition, because the first one I played was the 2nd edition. This is hard to explain while I'm drunk. All right, so we got player 2, whose name is Cheryl, spinning the wheel now. And she almost got bankrupt. And we got an S on the board. Oh, this is a landmark. A landmark. And Lulu wants an A. Well, she wanted the A in the last puzzle, but an A is a good letter on any puzzle. So we're gonna try to get a consonant to get some bank, and then we'll try to buy that A and figure out what this landmark is. I was gonna say the great, but that wouldn't work with the T where it is over there. Okay, we got an O coming up on the board here. All right, someone else gets a turn now. So Kim is going to spin the wheel. What could that second word be that starts with a G and has a T there? No F's. There are no F's. The computer gives no F's. All right. So I'm pretty sure. Oh! Man, this is not my round. And Lulu wants a G or an E. Well, we already got the G. But I was going to go for an H, because I think that first word is the. So I think if we get ourselves an H, we can get some bank and we can buy that A. And that might tell us something. The something house. Okay, I feel stupid now. I should be able to. You know what? I'm going to go with the E. And I know the E is going to give me the and house, but I'm hoping it gives me one of those. The what house? That doesn't. What the heck is that? I mean, it's got to be a vowel. Gut house? Goat house? Geit house? Maybe it was supposed to be the White House, but something got messed up. I don't know if we have a spelling error or if we have a bad sector on our disk, but something's not right there. That was not right. I think that was supposed to be the White House. I'm pretty sure that is not the Geit House. Ted writing in memory corruption. Yeah, I think so. The joys of vintage computing and 5¼ inch diskettes. Am I right? Well, anyways, we won the round. We figured out the corruption. And we're going to spin the wheel again. This is a phrase. I'm going to start with a T. I like to, sometimes I start with the T when I see a 3-letter word, because thes are easy to guess when you get a T in front. Although then again, it could be 2 with 2 O's or 2 with a W. Oh, bankrupt again. Well, we got a good lead right now. And Lulu looked it up. There is no Geit House. So I think that further confirms our corrupt sector on the disk, which means who knows what other corrupt letters we might get on this. I suppose I should download a copy of Wheel of Fortune 2nd Edition and overwrite my files on this compact flash card. with a known good version rather than relying on what I copied off of the disk, which wouldn't even start up last week. All right, Cheryl went bankrupt. Oh, that's too bad. Well, let's see. We should start being able to figure out this phrase. So I think it's going to be a the owl something blank owl blank. Well, let's spin. Because we got no money to buy vowels. So let's get that H. And let's see. Oh, Lulu wants the E. So we're going to buy the E since we got money off of that H. Oh, I know what this is. This is the almighty dollar. Now, here's the question. Are there any corrupt bits in this? Because if we have a bad letter on here, we're not going to be able to solve this. All right. Only one letter was off on one round. So 2 out of 3 rounds making sense is not bad. Ted writing in Dala. That would have been great if they threw an H at the end of Dala. All right, time for the bonus round. All right, so tell you what, we're going to... we got 6 letters to pick. So Ted, throw in 3 consonants. Lulu, throw in 2 consonants and a vowel. And we will play our bonus round. And, of course, we're going to do what we normally do. Pick the dream vacation because it's got the high dollar amount. And, you know, it was funny. I was just saying, you know, to Kristen, like, hey, after all this clears up, I'm going to have vacation time because I didn't take any vacation last summer because, like, I just started the job, but I accrued vacation time in the remainder of that year. I'm accruing vacation time this year. I'm not going to take any vacation this summer because we locked down. We should take some we should take a serious vacation after this call clears up. And then that kind of raised a conversation about when's this going to clear up enough that we could take a vacation. And that's a scary thought. All right. So we're going to do TLC KB. And then we're going to do O for our vowel. And this is a group. Now, if the group were TLC, we'd have this in the bag. But I don't think the group is TLC. All right. Brooklyn. Dodgers? For some reason, I just, Brooklyn Dodgers came to mind that fit there. Brooklyn was easy to get, so those are some good letters. Oh, Ted had it. Ted had the Dodgers. Lulu had the Brooklyn. Ted had the Dodgers. Yay. And we hope you enjoy your dream vacation. Your one-day total comes to $17,550. And we're going to hit any key to play. Oh, any key except for spacebar, which was to be the champions. Anyways, I think we should do another round. And Lulu says, go surprise bars. Which key is the any key? Thank you, Ted. I don't have an any key. Maybe it's the key that's missing from this keyboard. I don't have a tilde key. Maybe the tilde key is the any key. Is that what that, hypheny thing, no, not hypheny thing, that apostrophe thing that's on the tilde key is? Is that an any? and that's the any key. From now on, I'm just going to hit that whenever it tells me to hit any key, and I'm going to say that that's an any. All right, so we got a free spin, we got a lose turn, we got a bankrupt, and we're going to start around with a place, which hopefully is a totally legit place, unlike the Gite House. Okay, I'm going to do my normal thing and hit an R. Although I do see I have a three-letter word there, so I could have hit a T to try to see if that was a the or not. All right, I'm going to spin again and check on the chat. You know, I haven't checked the YouTube chat in a while. Let's see if anyone's watching on the YouTube tonight. No, no one's writing in there yet, but feel free to write in. I'm going to go with the T now. Okay, so it starts with a three-letter word that's not the, which, oddly enough, there are a lot of three-letter, well, not oddly enough. There are a lot of three-letter words that are not the. So I am going to go ahead and I am going to get that S. Now, Lulu thinks that the... so apparently that line to randomize the timers was lost in the bad bits on that floppy disk that included the W in White House. Because we got ourselves a repeat here. Wow, we are already in reruns. And look it, puzzle 2 is a landmark with 3 words. Oh, you know what I'm going to hit? I'm going to hit the N key is what I'm going to hit. And we are going to type in CD/wheel1. And that executable is menu. And we're going to go to our first edition of Wheel of Fortune. And there we go. And we are back. Oh, we got a free apostrophe. And this is a phrase. Don't eat the yellow snow? No. That wouldn't fit. But usually a T goes after apostrophe. Or an S. So I think I'm going to do an S next. And yeah, Lulu agrees about the S. So we're gonna get that S. Today's it. No, not it. Oh, I lost my turn. But at least I didn't lose my money. Got to keep my money. So, we'll see. Today's no blank, blank it, blank at. So Lulu wants an H. Okay, Okay, so Brian Blues has responded to one of my tweets from earlier. The PC ports that we sold didn't need special drivers. We did have software that would swap ports and interrupts around. Back when users knew how things worked. DOS had built-in drivers. See, that's the thing. I was tweeting about installing Windows 3.0 on this machine earlier, and that I couldn't get my Microsoft Serial mouse to work on the serial port on here, and that's where I think that maybe I need some ComputerLand software for this ComputerLand machine. There's no. So yeah, that H is a good idea there, Lulu. And Lulu also, oh, well, Lulu already said there's no. So I'm way behind. So we're going to buy that E. There's no. Huh. There's no blank. Oh. Well, I can't do an O. I was out of time. I feel like I should be able to solve this. I think I probably lost this. What the heck? There's no excise. There's no excuse for it. Well, there's no excuse for losing this round, I guess. And we're down to no all vowels. No. Oh, actually, X isn't a vowel. So, but yeah, we lost this round. There's no excuse for it. I just sucked at this one. But next round. Next round's our round. Person. Okay. I hate people. I mean, I love people. Thank you all for tuning in. See anyone on the YouTube chat? No, there's not. So yeah, so I was ordering cables to try to get the 20 megabyte internal hard drive to work on this. And on Thursday, I was like, well, on Monday, I get on the phone with the guy that sold me the hard drive I couldn't get working. And he said, well, we got other hard drives, but I don't know if we have other tandem hard drives. And I'm like, it's got to be a tandem because that's what was on our family computer. He's like, all right, let me see. I said, well, I don't know that it's the hard drive. I think I probably have a bad cable. He goes, yeah. Let me go see if I have another tandem drive though. So he calls me back like 4 hours later when I'm in the middle of another call. Leaves me a voicemail. I call him back. He's like, you're in luck. I found another tandem hard drive, and it's already got DOS 2.1 on it. I'm like, well, I wanted DOS 2.11, and I think I have a bad cable and need a cable, but that's great. He's like, yeah. We'll throw some cables in the box. I'm like, okay, because I need cables. Yeah, we'll get that out to you. I'll send you a text when that ships. I'll give you the tracking information. Um, so at some point my microphone cut out, and you all didn't tell me that. You all still there? I think my batteries are dying in this is what's going on. So I'm going to change my batteries. There we go. Brand new, fresh batteries. Lulu writing in your mic cut out. Now you tell me. Now when I figured it out on my own and changed the batteries. Thank you, Lulu. Thank you. I love it. All right, so where are we on this? This is thing. Oh, pork and beans is what this is. Now the question is, can Michelle earn enough money to catch me and solve this puzzle? Nope, no, she can't. Now, do I spin the wheel or do I solve it? What did we learn last time? We learned last time if I spin the wheel, I blow it. So we're going to get our pork and beans without any corruption. Anyways, unfortunately, I don't know at what point in that hard drive cable story my mic cut out, but long story short, I was expecting a hard drive cable, replacement cable to show up here yesterday. Then I was expecting it to show up today, but it's probably not showing up till Monday. So, let's flip this. Lulu, give me 3 consonants. Ted, give me 2 consonants and a vowel. I hope Ted's still out there. And we'll see if I can figure out what this place is here. And then we'll play another round because I still got beer in my glass. Unless you're all getting tired. And, oh, I missed earlier when Ted wrote in Wheel of Fortune 2 has 2 puzzles. Yeah, it does. CFKLAT. All right, we'll do that. CFKLT. A. Oh, and Ted is playing a dungeon, is what he's doing. All right, just us then. Well, we got most of one word. Blank. Stale? Something. Oh, I know. Rome, Italy. The triumphant win. And Ted missed it because he's busy playing in a dungeon. That's all good. All right. We hope you enjoy your dream vacation. So, Lulu, you want to play another round? Oh, this one's different. We have to hit A to play again, not the any key. All right, we're loading some more rounds here. Okay. Let's see, we got a phrase here with lots of short words. Surely one of those words has got to be a T or a the. Blank the blank blank blank. All right. Well, let me do my usual throw in an R. Nope. The R's have steered me wrong this time. So now Carlos spins the wheel. And there are no C's. And now Rod's up to spin. On the blank, 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 or in the blank, blank, blank? On the blank, one blank, and blank. On the by and by? I don't know, but I'm going to get that D. Or is it in the? Well, H and D are some solid letters to pick up right now. If I don't lose my turn. And Lulu wants that I. Well, the by and the I will tell us if it starts with in or on. So let's go ahead and get that I. Nope, it's an on. We already have the N. F. Rod already lost with an F, but I'm going to get a H and D once I get this back. Well, actually, H's and D's might not tell me anything. Well, let's do it. On the I'm only thing I'm coming with is on the by and by. But is that even a phrase? No, on the by and by. Okay, that's on the okay. That was just fail. Well, it's not an I. I'll see if that tells us anything. That tells us nothing. What are those two-letter words? Well, there's no B. All right. So those have to have Y's in them. Or U's. Oh, on the up and up. Oh! It just clicks. As it's too late. And there we go, we lost it. There's no excuse. And Carlos is going to solve, isn't he? That's okay. I think we lost the first round last game too anyways. So we'll be fine. We can still win this all on the up and up. So now we got a thing, a two-word thing. And I discovered a da 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 da. Okay. First word ends with a D. Ends with an LD. Gold something? Mild something? I don't know. Too soon to tell what this one is. All right. Now it's our turn. So, oh, don't go bankrupt. Come on. There we go. Let's get that R. R. No R's. Well, we got a C in the middle of the second word. So we got letters in both words now. Yeah, wild. Could be wild. Going for the W is a little risky, though. So I'm going to go for an S. Maybe I should have gone for the W. I was hoping to get something and then buy the I and see if it's an ILD. No T's. Man. And there are no F's. No F's to give. Well, I had to spin. Oh, man. This game's not going too good. I should have gone for the N. Well, no, I that's right. I landed on bankrupt. I couldn't go for the N anyways. Man, that wheel is being nasty this round. No B's. All right, let's spin the wheel. You know what? I think we're down to the point of throwing out that W. Oh my, can I just get a value? Man, wheel did not like us this round. That's okay. Carlos is an idiot. Guessing letters that have already been guessed. Gold. Okay, my first impression was there. Gold. What's gold? Gold blank blank. Gold. It's not kitchen, because too many letters and T's already taken. Gold keychain. Yeah, that wheel don't like me, so I'll just take the pity 200 for the, which means we have to win the next round if we're gonna win this game, because we got to beat Carlos's 900. Thank you, Lulu, because I did not have that one. Winner! Thank you. And let's see, anything chatting in? Feel free to type in. We're having a little fun with the ComputerLand BC88. And the wheel hates me tonight. And Lulu wants a D. Lulu wants to guess a D. Gotta be careful how you say that. All right, spin the wheel. Let's see if we could actually get a money value. Oh, man. This wheel does not like me tonight. And Blues Brian writes in, loser. Ted Goy's nice catching yourself there. Brian wants a K. Lulu wants me to guess a D. Carlos has gotten the N. And this is a place, is what this is. And, oh, Carlos got the D, and there are no Ds. Carlos wanted a D, and he got none. Not that there's anything wrong with that. And there's no S's either. So we're going to spin the wheel here. And let's see, Brian wants a K. For $1,500, Brian. All right, Brian, you can stay. So it's a place with a K and two N's. Lulu wants a P, so we're going to spin the wheel. Even though the wheel hates me and I probably should have just bought vowels and solved this thing. Okay, at this point, all I need to do is solve this, and we've won the game. But I don't know how to solve this yet, so we're going to go for the vowel. And I think that's going to end with an ing. Puking? Pucking? Pecking? I'm going to spin the wheel because I don't know what to do. But Brian agrees about the G. And we got 900. I still don't know what this is. What the heck is this place? I'm going to spin the wheel. T? Oh. Packing? But packing would have a CK, wouldn't it? Alright, well, at least the computers don't seem to have any better idea what this is than me. But if Rod gets the letter right, he's probably going to solve it. No U's. Okay. All right. All right. We got to play this very cool. We got to play this very cool. All right. Do we want the O? Do we want the A? Do we want the E? All right. Pecking. Oh, China. Silly me. I was looking at that, and the only pecking I can think of was Peking duck. And then I realized that's a Chinese dish, and I guess it's named after a place. So it took knowing my Chinese takeout menu to figure this one out. And we get to go to the bonus round. All right, so tell you what. Ted and Lulu each throw in 2 consonants. Brian throw in a consonant and a vowel. And those will be our bonus round letters. And we'll see how bad you can make this for me. All right. Oh, Ted go for the XZ. Lulu did the OH, so I guess that means Brian has to come up with 2 consonants now. H, X, Z. Brian thought I was smarter. No, it's all about the Chinese food. I just know enough about Chinese food. Okay, so Brian's throwing in a T. So we need Zoe writing in, hey, Johnny Gators and all, why are you hiding behind a game? No, I'm, well, I need the monitor to see what I'm doing, but this is the computer bar is what this is. And, hi. This is a ComputerLand BC88. It runs an 8088 processor with 640K of RAM, CGA graphics card. I do have an EGA graphics card, but I can't get the composite to work on those to capture easily. So instead of playing Leisure Suit Larry 2, we're playing Wheel of Fortune. And we are waiting for Brian to give us another consonant. Now, Lulu, you already said O with your H. Now you want a U? Are you changing your O to a U? And Brian, we need that consonant. We need one more consonant. Yeah. Or Zoe, throw out a consonant. All right, Lulu says never mind, so we're going with the O for our vowel. Okay. You know what? Lulu threw in an R. I'm taking it. So there we go. And now we'll put our O in here. And let's see what we get. And I'd like to say a special thanks to Ted for throwing in the X and the Z, or as Zoe would say, Z. And the X worked. Well, it's not The Exorcist, because there's no R. The exotic? No. All right, well, Brian's going to go. And Ted said, oh my God, the X is there. The Exodus. Oh, fail. I did not get the dream vacation. That's okay. I can't go anywhere anyways. All right. Well, thank you for tuning in, Brian. And Ted needs to start writing horoscopes. All right. Well, I guess it's time to call it a night here because we're past midnight. And yeah, so that's not a whole lot new with the ComputerLand BC88 tonight, except that we have the compact flash card for internal storage for now until I get a MFM hard drive and controller and cables working in here to get a whole 20 megabytes of old school internal storage to return this to stock. And hopefully next week I can make this EGA card work in a way I can capture. And maybe I could share the frustrations of playing Leisure Suit Larry 2 on a slow as hell 8088. And watching a white man slowly wander through the jungle trying to figure out how to find his way out. Multiple times. And then getting stuck in a bikini outside the airport where you saved your game and you can't backtrack to change out of the bikini. Don't you hate it when that happens? Don't you hate it when you get stuck at the airport in a bikini and there's no place to change? All right. Ted writing in, a wild bird will swoop down and peck out your eyes, but be on the lookout for new opportunities for love. Thank you, Ted. That's a great horoscope right there. Zoe wants to see my last comment. Just as well, you know that Leisure Suit Larry is banned on Twitch, don't you? Wait a minute. It is? Since when is Leisure Suit Larry banned on Twitch? I'm Googling that shit right now. Let's see. Clarification on streaming Leisure Suit Larry Reloaded. Oh, that's Leisure Suit Larry Reloaded. Has there been any sort of clarification on streaming the specific title since the updated terms of service? Let's see. You can play hypergraphic killing games, but no titties. Except when they stream stupid music festivals. And there are tits everywhere. Oh, this is just commentary. But that's Reloaded. Twitch bans AO-rated games. Well, what is Leisure Suit Larry 2 rated, though? Because Leisure Suit Larry 2 didn't even have an adult, quiz at the beginning of the game. I think Leisure Suit Larry 2 was a bit lighter on the adult themes. Although the barbershops do have pixelated CGA graphics titties on the pinup on the wall. Huh. All right, we got some more. I'm going to do some research on this. Wow. That's a bummer. You know what I'm going to do right now? I'm going to, in protest, we're going to do this right now and see what happens. There are enough pixels to make out, I think, a DOS Leisure Suit Larry from 10. That is absolutely tree. Tree? Wow. 7 beers will do that. Absolutely tree. No, absolutely true. How old are you? I am 99 years old. Warning, this game may be hazardous to those with heart conditions. To verify you are really 99, please answer 5 simple questions. Let's see, Army, Navy, National Guard, National League. Yeah, that's not an armed force. National League. D. Correct. When playing Monopoly, you hope for a straight flush. Oh, that couldn't hurt. Must own 4 houses before building a hotel. Yeah, well, that's true. Need a blackjack to win. Win with a 7 and a 5. Well, I think we know the answer to that one. Who is not a famous musician? Well, it's either Les Brown or Steve Garvey. There we go. Charlie McCarthy and John Lennon. Who's Charlie McCarthy? Was that like... All right. These are good questions for adults 30 years ago. Thank you, Google. James Earl Jones is the voice of Darth Vader. There we go. So this is now we did this last week. We demonstrated that Leisure Suit Larry will load. That's pretty much all we did. Oh, you know what? I just realized Zoe doesn't realize that this screen capture is not hiding my face. This big CGA monitor is hiding my face. I just Oh no. Okay, I think this is why Leisure Suit Larry gets banned. It's the water sports. We can't have any of that bestiality water sports action on Twitch. That's just right out right there. All right, tell you what we're going to do. We're going to get run over by a car. Because you can't get busted for titty action when you're flattened on the street. Let's see, what else? We should find all the things that are safe to do in Leisure Suit Larry on Twitch. Because I think it's safe to get run over by a car. Nothing dirty about that. I think it's safe to get beat up in a dark alley. Nothing... heck, he keeps beating himself up after the guy leaves. All right, anyways, let's go ahead and... there we go. We're out to DOS. We're safe. And not banned. Are we still live? We still streaming? Oh, man. I need to look for some clarification on the whole Leisure Suit Larry thing, because there are many Leisure Suit Larry games, some of them raunchier than others. Is there really a blanket ban on that? I mean, is every Leisure Suit Larry game adult only? Many of them are. That makes sense. But there are many articles on here online about this topic. This is an interesting topic. Let's see. Streaming platform Twitch announced a policy preventing officially rated adult-only games by the Entertainment Software Ratings Board from being streamed. All right, so is that the policy, that if it's rated adults only, then it's banned from being streamed? Now, these games predate these ratings. Have they been retroactively rated, and do they all have that rating? Because, like I said, I mean, Leisure Suit Larry 2 is, like, pretty tame as far as they go. And the first one, heck, it doesn't even show anything. There's some themes. I'm not really surprised they ban AO games. They are the worst of the worst in a certain sense. There also aren't very many of them, and the ones I know about, mainly Leisure Suit Larry games, are older and harder to find anyways. Huh. Let's see. There aren't as many AO games out there, but they are classified as strong sexual content, nudity, and blood. Games that would be known are the Leisure Suit Larry games, specifically Magna Cum Laude, which I never played that one, and Rockstar's Manhunt 2. Now, it says specifically Magna Cum Laude, but it also says Leisure Suit Larry games, specifically Magna. What the hell does that statement mean? The Leisure Suit Larry games, which implies all of them, and then they specifically say one. This is a poorly written article. This is interesting. And Lulu says, LOL, yes. Well, anyways, it is now midnight. So we're going to put this episode to bed. And I'm going to find out in the next week here if Leisure Suit Larry 2, specifically and implicitly, is banned from Twitch. And if it is, hey, you might join us on YouTube only next week. So, because there are plenty of YouTube clips of that game being played. But anyways, thank you everyone for joining in tonight and stopping by the computer bar. And stay, you know what? We should see if there's anyone to raid right now. Yeah, we could raid, you know what? We can go ahead and we can raid 5-Hit Dune. So let's go ahead and do that. And thank you all, and good night. We're going to go ahead and we're going to raid 5-Hit Dune momentarily here.